Hi everyone. So in this video we're going to make our cover. Now the 9x12 chipboard, I just cut it right in half. So cutting it in half, it's going to be a 6x9 book. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the fabric because I had mentioned in the reveal video that I wanted to use that as the cover. I think it'll just be really pretty, just have a neat effect. So I'm going to take glue on this one piece that is, 6x9 and just spread the glue. I like to get it with a paintbrush. It just, just kind of paint it on. That way there's an even layer of glue over the whole thing. And so I'm going to flip it over and line it up to the edge of the fabric. And I might have just a little, a little overhang, but for the most part I'm going to get it pretty close to the edge and just kind of press that down a little bit. Kind of line it up, make sure the fabric at least goes to the edge of the chipboard, if not over a little bit. So with this piece, I'm basically going to use that fabric as our spine. So I'm going to line this piece up over the other chipboard and bring the fabric over to where it just has a little bit of overhang like the other side did. And then I'm just going to flatten it out. Just kind of want to make sure it's lined up pretty good here. And then just take the fabric, just kind of straighten it out a little bit. And then you'll have, maybe about like a 2-inch spine or something there. And once we get our signatures in that last video, I'll show you how we're going to be, sewing the signatures in there. So after letting that dry a little bit, now I just took one of the scrapbook pages and I just cut it in half, and then I cut a little bit off of the bottom so that it would fit directly onto the chipboard. Now since the chipboard is 6 inches wide, and when you cut the paper, it's not going to be an even 6 inches. It's going to be like maybe 5 7/8. Depending on if you got an, actual even cut or not. I think one of mine might have been cut a little bit wider than the other one, so I didn't get it exactly in the middle. But I'm going to show you what you can do for any chipboard that might be sticking out from under the paper. So I'm going to just sit this down on top of that, just a little weight, you know, so it will dry flat. You know, I don't want it to be all bowed in the middle. So now I'll go ahead and glue down this other piece of paper. So I'm going to take some of this crochet trim and I'm going to use that to cover up that little bit of chipboard that's peeking out from under the paper there. And I like to add a pretty good bit of glue, so I'm going to add a, you know, nice little string of glue all the way, and then I just kind of pat my crochet trim right on top, just kind of pat it down, and then I'm going to just let it sit and dry. And then, you know, and then I'll move on to the next step of getting our, you know, some of our pages put together for the journal. But that is it for this tutorial. And in our next one, we'll, you know, put some pages together and do some, you know, some layouts and things. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to let me know. Thanks so much for watching.